Hello to Palm and Olive class. Welcome to your first Talk for Writing session in your summer term. Now for this term we are going to be focusing on the book called The Snail and the Whale. It is an amazing book. If you've got it at home, amazing, have a quick read of it. If you haven't, don't worry, you can find it online, but also at the minute it's on BBC iPlayer as a little film. It's about half an hour long, but it's really, really good. So have a little look out for that as well, because that will help you with our storytelling. Now, in the email that you were sent on Monday, it will have had the first part of our story mapping. Now, normally we spend a week looking at our story map, don't we? Then the next week we change little bits around to make it our own, and then on our third week we write it up. Now, because we're not at school at the minute and we're doing this all at home, we thought the best thing to do would be to make it into little tiny cycles instead of one big one. So this week we're going to be learning our map today. Then when we come back again in the middle of the week, we will start to think about how we can change this first part of our map. And then on the Friday, we would like you to have a go at writing up your new version. Then it will happen all again the next week and the week after that, all the way through until we've covered the whole book. If that doesn't make sense now, don't panic, it will do. Okay, so today's session is about learning the first half of this map. If you can have it in front of you so you can see yours clearer, that would really help. But don't worry, in between the clips today, I will focus more on our map so you can see it here as well. Right, are you ready? Now in Palm class, before we start learning any of our maps, we do a bit of a warm-up, don't we? Do you remember? We start off with our voices, don't we? We sing high and we sing low. We go me, 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 me. Can you have a go? Ready? Me, 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 me. Well done. And then we try and do a all the way around. Are you ready? Brilliant. Now we do our shoulders a quick rub, we go up and down, and we end with a perfect. I think we're ready to get going. So our first sentence starts here, and we go across, follow it back round, all the way across, follow it back round until we get to the end. So we're covering 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences today. Now 1 is a very long sentence, but I know we can do it. Right, let's concentrate on this one first. I will show you what the sentence looks like, and then we will have a go at doing it together. Are you ready? This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. I'll do that again. This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. Let's break that down so we can all practice it together. Are you ready? This is a tale. Can you try that? This is a tale. Brilliant. Let's add on the next bit. This is a tale of a tiny snail. Tiny snail. Let's put that all together. This is a tale of a tiny snail. And. We know that sign, don't we? And. Let's try it up to there. This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. Great big humpback whale. Let's try it all together. This is the tale of the tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. Full stop. Have a go now with your adults. Well done. Let's try sentence number 2. I'll do it first and then we'll break it down again. Are you ready? The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. I'll do it again. The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. Are you ready? Let's try the first bit. The snail gazed. Means he's really looking, really staring. So it's a good word to use in our writing. The snail gazed at the ships. Let's try that all together. The snail gazed at the ships. Well done. Then we've got another and to join our sentences together. Let's try it to there. The snail gazed at the ships and wished, it's got a magic wand, wished he could see. Wished he could see more of the world. Wished he could see more of the world. Let's try it all together. The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. Let's try it one more time. The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. Have a go now with your adult. We're doing really well. Let's try putting those two sentences together. Are you ready? Shoulders back. Brilliant. Let's go. This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. Have a go at practicing that now. Well done, we're doing so well. Right, time for our third sentence, which is this super long one, okay? Now, if my eyes keep darting across, it's because I've got my map in front of me. Remember, it's not a memory test. We use our maps and we follow it to remember our order, okay? So, are you ready for our third long one? I'll do it first and then we'll break it down. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. Told you it was big. Let's try again. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. Right, let's break it down. Now we already know the humpback whale. So it starts with the humpback whale had seen it all. Had seen it all. Let's try that. The humpback whale had seen it all. And the next bit's quite lovely because it describes all the different things he sees. It's called shimmering ice. Shimmering ice. And coral caves. And coral caves. Let's try that all together. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves. Oh, nearly at the end of the sentence. Okay, the next bit is to shooting stars. You do that? To shooting stars and enormous waves. That's the end of our sentence. Let's try it all together. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. Perfect. Have a go now looking at your map. Fabulous. Let's try putting those first three sentences together. Are you ready? This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. The snail gazed at the ships and wished he could see more of the world. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. Have a go saying all of them together. Right, time for our last sentence. Are you ready? He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." I'll do it again. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Let's have a go. You ready? He held his tail out. Can you do that? You're pretending your hand's the tail. He held his tail out of the sea. Let's try that together. He held his tail out of the sea and said, let's try that. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, let's try that. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Let's try it all together. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Have a go saying that now. Amazing! You are doing so well. Right, are you ready to try it all the way through? Yes, of course we are. Can I hear you? Are you ready? Yes, come on then. Quick mouth. Roll those shoulders back and a shake. Right, let's go. This is the tail of the tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. The snail gazed out to the ships and wished he could see more of the world. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Amazing! Let's try it one more time and then I'll leave you to have another practice. Are you ready? This is the tail of the tiny snail and a great big humpback whale. The snail gazed at the ships and wished she could see more of the world. The humpback whale had seen it all, from shimmering ice and coral caves to shooting stars and enormous waves. He held his tail out of the sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Have a go saying that all the way through now, following your story map. What a super time. Well done, everybody. Now, the best thing you can do with Talk4Writing is do it little and often. Keep looking back over the video, keep practicing those actions. The more you practice it, the more you will know it off by heart, and the easier and better your writing will be. Now, in the email I sent this morning, I sent you a template out so you can have a go at drawing the exact same map as mine. Okay, now it's got to be the same, so when we come back on Wednesday, we can start changing parts of our map, and if they look different, it'll get a bit confusing. So I need you to have a go at drawing the same pictures as me on your map, and then on Wednesday when we come back, that's when we'll start changing our story to make it our own. Okay, so keep practicing, keep saying it, perform it in front of your mum or your dad or whoever you live with, make a little show for them and see if you can teach them it, because then you can do lots of storytelling together. Right, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye.